Blessings, everybody. My name is Collesa Lowe. I'm from the Unity Circuit of Baptist Churches in Trelawney, and I am excited to share my story with you. Now, I am really grateful to share my story, and what I really want is for someone, at least one person, to walk away feeling inspired by my story. When I was in grade 11, I wasn't a bad student. I was a girl who go to school and do my schoolwork. But after I got my CXC results, I failed like 5 out of the 6 subjects that I took. And the one subject that I passed, that was religious education. I went ahead and I did some subjects at an evening institute, and I went to heart and I did customer service as a skill. After that, I remember I was in church and someone in church came to me and said, "What is it that you want to do with your life?" So I said, I really like psychology, so I think I'm going to go to college and study it. Funny enough, the person looked at me and said, "I don't think you're bright enough to do psychology." And at that moment, I was broken. My self-esteem was shattered. I did not have any drive at all to go to college or to make anything worthwhile of my life. But God saved me in 2007 at age 20. And then I started to read the Word of God. And when I started to read the Word of God, it did something amazing for me. It allowed me to see myself how God sees me through the eyes of God, to see myself fearful and wonderfully made, to see myself with the ability to do all things through Christ who gives me strength, to see myself as this weak girl, but the strength of God is perfect in my weakness. And that is when I start to rubbish everything, the voices in my head telling me that I can't. And that is what gave me the drive to do what God has called me to do. I find myself going out and doing my CAPE subjects, and that was a rough time for me because doing CAPE, I didn't have the money. I had to work in the front office of the school to pay my tuition. I had a communication studies teacher who, if she didn't buy lunch for me, I would not eat. And bear in mind, I was at school for hours because I had class and I had to be working in the office. But by the grace of God, I sat my CAPE subjects, Unit 1 and Unit 2 the same year, and I passed them. I applied to get a job somewhere, and when I got the job, that job required me to lie. And I said, as a child of God, I cannot be doing this. I quit the job, learning to depend on my God who promised He will supply all my needs according to His riches and glory. So I applied for a job that I was told I could not get because you have to know someone on the inside to pull strings for you to get into this place. But on the day that I applied for that job, before I could even close down my laptop, someone called me from that office for an interview, and I got the job. To this day, I'm still working there. Just to stand on the promises of God and to stand on the word of God, I gained back my self-respect, I gained back my self-esteem. And so I started to apply to different colleges. I applied at UTech and I got through. I applied at George Brown, and just to prove the person who told me that I wasn't bright enough to become a psychologist, I even applied to study psychology, and I got through. Because it is not what man says, it is what God says. Whatever God says is yes, and it is amen, and nobody at all can change that. So I just want to encourage you, if you are the person with just one subject or no subject at all, you can achieve all things through Christ who gives you strength. You deserve the best, and God is going to give you the best. But you just have to trust in Him and have faith in Him and believing in Him. To the point that I'm making is this girl who was told that she cannot go to college will start college this semester. This very girl who was told that cannot get that particular job has been doing that job for 5 years. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path.